Sometimes life throws us for a loop, twisting and turning like a crazy roller coaster during a storm. In this fast-paced world of ours, are you sick and tired of feeling stressed out and overwhelmed? Do you ever wonder if you can still be happy and at peace in the middle of all the chaos? What if I told you that you might experience a world of calm, resilience, and personal progress just by making a small but substantial alteration in your perspective? It's something that the ancient Stoic philosophers preached and practiced, and it holds true today just as it did then. We're delving deep into the concept of Stoicism in this video, which is more than just an old wives' tale. It's also a useful manual. I'm going to show you how Stoicism can be your North Star, guiding you through life's storms and making you stronger and wiser when you emerge on the other side, so you can live a more meaningful and satisfying life in the modern era. This video will help you find inner peace, increase your mental toughness, and reduce stress. Stay tuned for the end of the journey, as you'll come away from it with a fresh outlook on life and useful Stoic insights that will significantly improve your day-to-day experiences. Together, let's go off on this transforming trip. Give this video a thumbs up, tell your friends about it, and make a commitment to watch it through to the finish because you won't want to miss a single piece of wisdom. The cunning person trust is a valuable resource, similar to a delicate masterpiece. When handled carefully, it can transform into a work of art. However, when manipulators use their skills as skilled magicians, you may not even recognize yourself. They will use charm and charisma to trick you into thinking they are on your side, but in reality, they are often slyly taking advantage of you, leaving you feeling betrayed and used. This is where the Stoic philosophy comes into play. As modern-day Stoics, we are encouraged to be like detectives, keeping an eye out for discrepancies, and most importantly, that nagging feeling in your gut that something is amiss. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus wisely said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. Therefore, pay close attention to what's not being said, to the silences between words and the pauses between promises, because that's where the truth often hides in the unspoken." Finally, remember that you are the artist of your life and you shouldn't let a manipulator hold the brush. Being is not just a priority, it's a necessity. In these situations, the bravest and wisest thing you can do is show these manipulators the exit door from your life. The second Stoic approach is to be a vigilant protector of your mental well-being and to trust people with discretion. In the exchange of interpersonal relationships, trust is more important than gold. The relentless assessor, on the other hand, is constantly ready with a volley of criticism, akin to a chef who uses too much salt. As Marcus Aurelius sagely observed, we are urged to be unlike those who do injustices. Their remarks can be harsh, often harsher than required, and they seem to disturb the harmony wherever they go. We might take a different, more peaceful route rather than allowing their remarks to act as a mirror reflecting their own fears. It's about preserving our personal tranquility and self-assurance. Even though their comments seem unrelenting, they really act more like rain on a parade, lowering confidence and spirits equally. However, we don't have to play their game or disprove them. The greatest method to deal with the incessant critic, according to Stoicism, is to rise above it and become the steady center amidst the chaos, that is, the calm in the storm. Epictetus teaches us that your mind is your land and that you have authority over it. Thus, the next time you come across the unrelenting critic who is spewing criticism at you, just nod, smile, and walk on. It's a different game you're playing, a game of power, wisdom, and unwavering resolve. Have faith in yourself, select your confidence carefully, and allow their remarks to drift by like clouds in the breeze on a breezy day. In the Stoic realm, where honesty and depth are valued, the outwardly amiable can be likened to fleeting clouds in the sky. They may ask you how you are every time they see you, and they may laugh contagiously. But is that really enough to build a genuine relationship? We learn from Stoicism that genuine friendship is invariably peaceful. Being there when the world leaves is more important than being the life of the party or a fleeting presence in someone's life. As Seneca astutely observed, the risk associated with these so-called social butterflies is that, although their smiles may be as wide as the horizon, they may be masking a desire for fame. They are chameleon-like in their ability to blend in with any throng. Yet when the rain comes, you can count on them to provide you with an umbrella. Let us pause to think about this. Let's look for those who prefer connections with depth over broad. Let us search for those who enter the world at the moment when everything else leaves. Those who will remain in the vast fabric of existence even after all else dissolves. In the world of Stoicism, let's be careful with the time and energy we spend, since true connections, not transient relationships, are what keep the fabric together. The fourth biggest trait is the inattentive listener. In a world full of constant notifications and digital diversions, it's all too common for people to nod along in a conversation while their minds are elsewhere. But here's the twist. Depth and authenticity rules supreme. In our noisy society, Stoicism tells us that to be everywhere is to be nowhere. Imagine telling a tale that is dear to your heart, something that really matters to you, and there they are, appearing uninterested, scrolling through their phone. This inattentive listener serves as a reminder that genuine discussions and true connection are becoming more and more rare and valuable. It's similar to playing tennis against a curtain. There's no game, no rally, just one-sided dialogue. Nowadays, connection is more important than just respect. Why should you spend time and words with someone if they can't even look up from their device long enough to have a meaningful conversation? You should not just stand there feeling unappreciated when you encounter someone who is not paying attention. Instead, take a leaf from the Stoic playbook and respect your own time and words enough to walk away when required. After all, life is too short to be background noise to someone else's screen time. It's not that we don't have time, rather, it's that we squander a lot of it, as the wise Marcus Aurelius observed. Therefore, my friends, let's make the decision to give our time and words to people who genuinely cherish and enjoy our presence and our talks. The fifth person in the world of Stoicism, where empathy and understanding are highly prized, lacks empathy. These people stand out for all the wrong reasons because it comes too naturally to them to trick others in order to benefit themselves. It seems as though they are perpetually detached from comprehending and showing concern for the emotions of others. They walk through the puddles of existence not caring who gets wet in the least. Let's now add some Stoic insight to the discussion. Stoicism encourages us to concentrate on the things that really matter. Similar to how it concentrates on what is best for the hive, the empathetic person is like a bee that has chosen to fly alone, buzzing around with no thought for the hive at all. Putting our trust in them might be likened to handing them a blueprint of our weaknesses. A risky venture, to be sure, but how can we apply Stoicism to this? By identifying these traits and keeping a healthy distance from them, we not only protect ourselves but also model conscious and considerate living. Remember, Stoicism is about creating a community in which empathy and trust are valued qualities, not just avoiding harm. Therefore, as contemporary Stoics, let's concentrate on surrounding ourselves with people who inspire and uplift us, people who recognize the value of empathy and trust. By doing this, we not only protect ourselves, but also help create a more empathetic and trustworthy world. Number 6, these people can be like little darts that don't hurt much at first, but accumulate with time. These are the ones that always appear to have a sarcastic remark or a smirk prepared. They seem to have a PhD in provocation, but here's the really amazing thing. They pull it off with such ease that you might wonder if it's actually happening right now. This is the point at which Stoicism is useful. Being Stoic means that we should guard our minds and acknowledge that we are in charge of our thoughts. It's not about playing their game or attempting to refute them, as Marcus Aurelius pointed out. It involves locating the steady center among the chaos. When that constant irritation begins to get on your nerves, remind yourself that you are smarter than their tricks. It is up to you how you react. It seems like you're standing in a hurricane and letting their remarks drift by like clouds on a windy day. Just smile, nod, and move on when they try to damage you with their subtle jabs or sly comments. You're playing a different game, one of knowing, calm, and unflinching power. You are the one with true power and control. Being Stoic allows us to focus on what is truly essential, rather than allowing ourselves to become engulfed in their negativity. Friends, remember to think clearly and let the words and phrases that usually bother you pass by like those ephemeral clouds. 7. The victim who never stops their story is an unending cascade of misfortunes, with fresh issues arising daily. They appear to wear their suffering as a badge, their moans and cries seeming to everyone in the vicinity like a strange symphony. Friends, while it's crucial to be understanding at this time, you also need to use caution when establishing boundaries. They might inadvertently cause their own issues, which could have a snowball effect. It feels like they are navigating through self-made storms and are baffled by the constant roar of the waves. Stoicism tells us that our lives are what our ideas produce, as said by Marcus Aurelius. So what is the Stoic approach to dealing with the lifelong victim? It entails finding a delicate balance between empathy and self-preservation. Although offering assistance could seem commendable, it's crucial to avoid being entangled in their web of problems. Remember that even though the waves of life can be unexpected, it is your journey to navigate. It is not necessary for your ship to follow someone else's mistaken course. You should be kind, but you also need to exercise caution so that their constant complaining doesn't end up becoming your life's soundtrack. As modern-day Stoics, we focus on being in control of our own reactions and decisions in order to steer towards a robust and tranquil life. Hence, be compassionate to the never-ending victim you encounter, but never lose sight of the necessity of keeping your ship afloat. Plenty 8 is a two-faced person who can dazzle you with their bright smile and sweet words when they're directly in front of you, but when you turn around, they can act completely differently, smearing your name in dirt and spinning a web of rumors. What is the Stoic strategy for handling the deceitful person when it feels like you're seeing a talented actor perform? Only the drama is all too real and the stage is your life. Well, it's about choosing your company wisely, as Seneca wisely advised, instead of getting entangled in their web of deceit. Stoicism encourages us to surround ourselves with people who uplift and inspire us. It's about creating a circle of trust, one where negativity and duplicity have no place. Remember, it's not about being harsh. It's about being prudent. You're not only protecting your reputation, but you're also nurturing your mental well-being. Betrayed by a friend can be even more dangerous than having an open enemy. Since trust is the cornerstone of all meaningful relationships, its absence only leads to instability. Modern Stoics should exercise discernment in their relationships, severing ties with those who feed negativity and deceit, and fostering a life filled with genuine connections and the truth. Reject those who try to mislead or spread negativity, and surround yourself with those who uphold and inspire your principles. Sincere, open communication is one of the most valuable things in life, and Stoicism encourages us to concentrate on the things that really count. In the Stoic community, where resilience and inner serenity are highly prized, dealing with poisonous individuals, number 9, can be a difficult affair. The poisonous person may find it impossible to afford the luxury of trust. These people can resemble clouds of rain on a bright day. They have a knack for making even the brightest smiles turn into frowns, casting a shadow of negativity wherever they go and frequently leaving a trail of uncertainty and uneasiness in their wake. So, how can one deal with such folks in a Stoic manner? As Stoicism promotes, it's about preserving your own mental health while providing some level of defense. Consider yourself constructing a self-esteem sandcastle. The poisonous person is prepared to topple it with a foot of spite. What should we do if trusting them is akin to giving them a bigger foot? We take care of them, providing a roof over our heads to talk to. We protect ourselves from their negativity, but we don't let it soak through. As contemporary Stoics, we understand that although we have no influence over the deeds and mindsets of others, we do have power over our own responses and choices. Isn't Stoicism the way that teaches us to keep our attention on the important things and to stay away from other people's negativity? The next time you come across someone toxic, keep in mind to take care of your own emotional health, provide support when needed, but try not to let their negativity get the better of you. Protect your own tranquility and well-being, as they are priceless gems that shouldn't be tarnished by the negativity of others. The actual relationships that stitch together the magnificent tapestry of life are what keep it together. Let's move across the murky waters of trust with the lucidity and assurance of modern Stoics. Let's prioritize cultivating deep connections, protecting our health, and valuing wisdom. But this is not where our trip ends. I cordially invite you to keep learning and developing alongside us. A playlist that delves even farther into the teachings of Stoicism and personal development can be found on the screen. You should click on that playlist, I say. Observe, absorb, and carry on with your journey of self-awareness and development. Recall that all it takes to achieve greatness is one step, and you've already done one today. I appreciate you coming along on this trip with me, and as always, keep improving and remaining stoic.